Good evening, Chagford. How are we? I feel I have to say that. Shelley, can I leave my Coke here? Thank you. It's not the type of Coke you were asking me about earlier. It's that kind of gig. I can sense it. It's great to be here. I have never done a gig in a village cinema before. So this is a first, isn't it? Look at this. Doesn't it look a bit like their first act? Dave, it was modelled on you, I think. I'm guessing grand films are not popular on a Monday night in Chagford, are they?
Very quiet night.
No, very quiet night, no. It's great, good crowd in here though, good crowd. Now, I noticed I haven't been to Devon very often, but we're about 28 miles, not that I googled it, from Paynton, aren't we?
Yep.
Paynton, and in Paynton is a wonderful place, a water park called Splashdown. Anyone been there? No? I'm just getting funny looks. Well, there's another Splashdown water park in the town of Poole, near where I'm from.
Yay!
And, yay! That was on Simon. And I did a gig in Poole the other day, and I thought I'd tell him a true story, a very risque story about Splashdown in Poole, okay? So my friend was the manager there, and he said to me, John, do you fancy some cash in hand work, all right? And I said, yeah, why not? So I agreed to do it before asking what it was. He said, well, I can't get any staff to work it. I said, why? He said, there's an evening booking by the British Naturist Association. So I said, oh, well, I'm curious, I'll do it anyway. And I haven't got my bronze swimming certificate, so I had to work the door. Now, before you start mentally picturing me naked, Katie, I know you were doing that, I was fully clothed for the whole event, okay? I was fully clothed. But the people weren't as they came in, okay? So they had to get changed and then come up, and my job was crossing their names off the list of official British Naturist Association members. But I thought, I'm going to frisk them anyway. Not all of them, I'm not that deviant, just the women and the men. But when you agree to do something like that, you don't think about the consequences, okay? And I was stood there, ticking off the names, having a look, and in comes a guy from work. An old guy from work came in, and he started shaking when this was a few years ago, he saw the young guy from the marketing team manning the door. He wasn't expecting to see me, I wasn't expecting to see him. But I was very diplomatic and professional, and I did not tell any of my colleagues from work for about 10 minutes, and then I totally moved on. But honestly, that is an absolute true story. I still feel guilty about it, and that's why I'm now telling the story as part of my act. What I was going to tell you about, in the news last month, in August, all those holiday makers getting stranded, weren't they? Did you get stranded anywhere, Shirley? No, nor did I. I actually felt smug for once, because I normally go away in August. I went away in June, during term time. Can I get a woo?
Woo!
Thank you. Yes, I went away in term time, and it wasn't a proper holiday. I went with my wife and 2 kids. And let me tell you, no, it was a great holiday, and let me tell you, I got laid a lot. Sorry, hold on, I've said that wrong. I got lays a lot. They are the foreign Walker's crisps. But I ought to make this point that having sex and having a packet of Lays are 2 very different things, because sometimes a packet of Lays can take me over 5 minutes. But both can leave a salty taste in the mouth. It was a good holiday. I had only one disagreement with my wife. She accused me of using up all the posh suntan lotion. I said, it's not me, love, it's you. You keep taking the piss, Hewin. Sorry, that's a very cheesy joke. This is true. I had to, it was in term time. I don't normally go away in term time because my wife was a teacher. And I had to go to the school. And I said to them, look, can I take my kids out of school? They said, yes, Mr. Brown, you can. Now there's a tip, never use your real name when you're dealing with contentious matters with schools. They said, yes, Mr. Brown, you can, but we will record it as an unauthorised absence. I said, fine. They said, yes, we will. So, Mr. Brown, he's got that coming. But yes, it was a good holiday. It reminded me of the first holiday I did with my wife. That was also to a beautiful beach resort. I went to Zante, Greek island in June. And the first holiday I went on with my wife, the sun was shining, we went down the beach. She started to sunbathe, and she said to me, Mr. Brown, she said, John, can you walk down the beach and see if anybody is bathing topless? Now, coincidentally, I was about to go and do that anyway. So to be able to do it with her permission, I took it as a sign that she could be the one to marry. And I can see some of you thinking, yes, John, but were there any topless bathers? And there were none in Weston-super-Mare. I can tell you that much. But yeah, it was a good holiday. On that holiday, she also said to me that she was head girl. When she was at school, she was head girl. I said, what, senior female prefect? She said, no, it was a nickname. So I took that as a second sign that she could be the one. But not to be outdone, I said to her, well, when I was in sixth form, I was known as the love machine. She said, what, because of your prowess with the ladies? I said, no, I was just shit at tennis. Yes. But being married and having a busy family life, it does age you, I think. And I can see some of the people here. So you're above 30, is that right?
Yeah,
about that.
35.
It does age you. And I'm at that age now where my wife criticises all my purchases. Did anyone else get that? Germany, yeah, everything I buy. So she's got a new saying, okay? So I bought some Skechers trainers recently. Now, good enough for Jamie Redknapp, the very handsome ex-footballer. So they've got to be fashionable, haven't they? I got them and she went, ew, it's a bit old man-like. And then when my shaver broke, I bought a brand new one of those ones with the 3 circles. I said, ew, that's a bit old man-like. I then went out and I bought a long grey raincoat. I said, I'm off to flash people in the park. She said, nothing, go ahead and do it. I don't know what that says about the state of our relationship, but it might be something to do with the fact that we've recently got a puppy. Back in, early July, we got a 3-month-old puppy, okay? And I didn't want him, I should point out, I didn't want him. I thought my days of waking up to whimpering, crying and clearing up poo had long gone. Once the wife had the colostomy bag fitted. Now he's I get on away with him now. He gets more views than I do on TikTok, so that's a bit annoying. I'm now even further down the family pecking order. He's the superstar. And he's a Cava poo shot, a bit of a designer mixed breed, okay? Cava, as in the Spanish sparkling wine, poo, as in shit, and shone, as in something that used to shine, which coincidentally describes the cycle of family life. Once you get a dog, initial sparkle goes to shit, and then shine when it's really gone off the idea of getting a dog. Now my contribution was the name. I came up with Basil, and when we went to the vet, the vet thought that he only had 1 testicle, which would have been great, wouldn't it? Because that would have been Basil Faulty. Yeah, there we go. So Basil's doing well. He's doing well, especially on TikTok. Not that I am jealous in the slightest. What else can I tell you about? Now, Simon mentioned a gender reveal party, and I went to my first one recently, and it got to the exciting part of the evening where the wife was stood next to the balloon. A very harsh nickname for her husband, but he is really fat. And it got to the part of the evening where they're going to pop the balloon. So the husband was stood there as well. And they're stood by the real balloon, and they were starting to bet, would it be a boy, would it be a girl? Now I'm very woke, as you can probably tell from the content of my material. So I put 10 quid on it being non-binary. They popped the balloon, and it was pink for a boy. So all bets were void. But in honour of that, I thought I'll wear a pink shirt tonight. Now, how am I doing for time? I've lost track already. 2 minutes? 1 minute now.
No, it's 2 minutes, yes.
2 minutes, yes.
2 minutes, go for it.
Oh, 2 minutes, go for it. What else can I tell you? My son was doing a Robin Hood project at school, and his homework was having to create some Robin Hood themed food, okay? Now lucky, I don't like talking about this, but we've got ourselves an air fryer. Now, have you ever met anyone who has an air fryer who's told you about it? I think air fryer owners are becoming more annoying than the vegans these days, and that's saying something, isn't it? So anyway, I had a brilliant idea. So I got some sweets. I put them in the drawer of the air fryer. 5 minutes on 200, if you're interested. I got them out, and he looked at it. There was a bit of a gooey mess. He said, "Hey, Daddy, what's that?" Because it's got exactly the same voice as my wife. I said, "Look, son, that's Fryer Tuck." A good cheesy joke, that one, isn't it? I looked at him, the ungrateful sod, and I said, "Everything I do it for you."
Oh.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Up until March, this is true as well. Some of my content is true. Up until March, the only comedy I'd ever done was actually in churches, and they are not a very tough crowd at all, because if you offend them with a joke, they just forgive you and add your name to a long list of people to pray for. But Chagford, you've been fantastic. My name's John Amos. Enjoy the rest of the evening.